Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Utility at Utility FTW here posting this. Okay, so we did recently hear about the UDPN news that was coming out of the WEF conference last week in Switzerland. Some more connections though, just highlighting the partnerships, guys, and he spelled them out here in this tweet. So the Universal Digital Payments Network, UDPN, connected with Red Day Technology and GFT, RDT, UnionPay, R3, and BSN are also connected. So these are all companies that have WEF ties that are also connected. UnionPay, Novati, and Ripple are connected. GFT, Valente, Fidor, and AWS. Also, there's a connection there, Fidor and Ripple. We know about that connection, Valente and Ripple. Obviously, there is a connection there. AWS, R3, and Ripple. We know R3 can settle the XRP token as one of the possible settlement tools. Ripple, Finabler, UnionPay, Tranglo, all Ripple partners. We also have Tranglo, WeChat, and Novati. So just off the top here, Finabler, Valente, Novati, directly connected with Ripple, and we have all these other companies too in this ecosystem that will certainly play a big part for moving money across borders. So a nice little sum up here from Utility. Wanted to thank him for posting that. Also, setting our sights on Japan, guys. This one from Michael Branch here on Twitter. Japan plans to introduce regulations by June this year that will allow domestic investors to trade certain stablecoins issued overseas. So, I mean, it's always kind of good to look at Japan for what is going to likely happen in the future. They always kind of seem to be ahead of the curve. Ripple adoption in Japan has been prominent since, I think, 2018 or 2019 already. Well, now Japan plans to introduce regulation by June this year that will allow domestic investors to trade certain stablecoins issued overseas. This was originally reported by Cointelegraph. And here's some of the fast facts, guys. Once the new regulations are in place, the FSA will examine stablecoins for compliance, including having the required assets to back the stablecoin and ensure user protection. An FSA spokesperson told Cointelegraph the FSA declined to confirm whether popular stablecoins such as Tether or USDC will be accepted. So that's going to be an interesting piece to this puzzle. The U.S., as I've mentioned before, are already trying to, their focus is right now on stablecoins, right? The stablecoin regulation, I think, is the first thing that they want to really pass. And then from there, they're going to look at other cryptocurrencies, utility coins, so on and so forth. But Tether, USDC, these are two well-established USD stablecoins. But we don't know if this is going to include these private stablecoins or if it's just going to be related to central bank digital currencies. That is still up in the air. The revamp of the regulations, which overturns a ban on stablecoins introduced in June last year, is seen as part of the efforts by Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida to support digital finance and Web3 adoption in his strategy to reinvigorate the economy in what was called New Capitalism. Japan's stablecoin ban came a month after the $40 billion collapse of the Terra Luna stablecoin run by Singapore-based Terraform Labs, which caused losses to hundreds of thousands of investors around the world. So they initially jumped on this because of the Terra Luna collapse. And I mean, for good reason here. They wanted to be prudent, but now they're looking to reopen this. And I guess they're going to have to take a look at each stablecoin and see, okay, who's the company that's creating this? Can we trust them? There must be some kind of process in place in order for them to vet these cryptocurrencies, whether they are private stablecoins or central bank digital currencies. We just don't have that much information right now, unfortunately. Cryptocurrency exchanges like Kraken and Coinbase have since shuttered operations in Japan, citing local market conditions. So Japan brought down the hammer hard, but now they're opening up, and maybe these American cryptocurrency exchanges, namely Kraken and Coinbase, maybe they will open up operations again. I don't think it's do or die. Japan's got their own economy, their own technology, their own developers, their own ecosystem, their micro ecosystem there. So, it's just going to be about stablecoin regulation. They're obviously focused on that as well. And it sounds as though we will likely get answers from Japan before we get anything in the United States. Anyway, wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Just another note here from Bill Morgan here. Yes, the XRPL is decentralized. Just another point to that. Retweeting out Ripple It In's tweet here. Check this out, guys. Welcome, Aesthetes Art, to the published UNL list of the XRPLF and others. Ripple are now down to, get this, guys, one validator on published UNLs out of 34. So that's only 2.9%. And no single entity has more than one validator on the UNL. So this is a prime example of how the XRP ledger is decentralized, diverse and decentralized, the XRP ledger. So this is great because hopefully, it probably won't, but hopefully this helps stop a little bit of the FUD. Yes, the XRPL is decentralized, but that won't stop someone within the hour stating that because XRP was pre-mined or because Ripple owns 50% of XRP or manages the escrow, that it is in fact centralized. RippleNet just responded to that. One day they'll learn that XRP and the XRPL are not the same thing, just as a dollar note is not the same thing as a bank statement. So very good observation there. And I just wanted to highlight this because there still are people that do believe the XRPL is a centralized entity, and they conflate the two, XRP and the XRPL, two different things. Anyway, wanted to thank both RippleNet and Bill Morgan here just for pointing that out. And just a little bit of random Ripple partner news here. It kind of didn't make sense to me when I first read it, but ICC and NEOM, okay, NEOM's a Ripple partner. They just launched next in a global cricket hackathon to enhance the digital cricket fan experience. So not only is NEOM a fintech, they are now looking to get into sports, I guess. They announced the launch of Next In, a global hackathon open to all cricket-loving technologists. The hackathon invites and challenges tech-savvy fans to create solutions that improve and enhance the digital cricket fan experience. So this is interesting. Moving into other verticals, it looks like, or maybe they are going to incorporate payments in this, considering NEOM is a payments company. They want to bring fans closer to the game. The theme is based on immersive technology such as Web3, the metaverse, fintech, and virtual reality. So I guess that's where the tie-in is. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Here is just a quote. NEOM believes deeply in helping build a better tomorrow in finance, sports, and technology. The Future Makers Hackathon celebrates global innovation, and we are beyond excited to see what the cricket-loving technologists bring to life. So a very niche segment of the population. Nevertheless, NEOM sees a need for this. So Ripple partner NEOM is launching this along with ICC. I know, it's random, right? Back to some more straightforward Ripple news, guys. James Wallace here is representing Ripple at the Digital Pound webinar, and I believe that's happening tomorrow. So this brought to us by DJ Peter Vass here. Ripple has announced that its VP of Central Bank Engagement and Central Bank Digital Currencies, okay, James Wallace, he will represent the company at the upcoming Digital Pound webinar. That is happening on January the 26th. So if you're watching this video on the day that it's released, that would be happening tomorrow. And so here's just a tweet from Ripple just noting that in this webinar, we will hear from a range of practitioners who are piloting or implementing real-world use cases for a digital pound and debate with a panel of experts around where CBDCs and privately issued stablecoins can really deliver on these goals. So more talk here surrounding central bank digital currencies. In this particular case, with regards to the digital pound, according to the information on the Digital Pound Foundation website, Wallace is listed as a keynote speaker. Some of the panelists also include, and then it gives a list of names here. I will link this in the description if you guys are interested. I don't know if you guys remember back in October of 2021, this is when Ripple announced that they were part of the foundation. So, stablecoins obviously part of Ripple's strategy. They have created or piloted stablecoins for certain small island nations, like Palau is the first one that comes to mind. They want to foster XRP adoption. Obviously, this is going to play a big part into their grander plan, liquidity and transferring assets with value. I mean, we know we don't need central bank digital currencies in order for RippleNet to work, but I'm sure the system is a lot more efficient with cryptocurrencies, utilizing cryptocurrencies for those types of payments rather than typical fiat. So an interesting piece of news here. I'm interested to see what happens, guys. This one, another one from Michael Branch. More news here coming out of what will be the Digital Pound Foundation webinar, which is again happening tomorrow. So talking a little bit more about the Digital Pound Foundation, I just wanted to bring it down here. Where was it now? I believe it was up here. The panel is hosted by the Digital Pound Foundation, right? And we know Ripple joined in 2021. The announcement at the time stated that Susan Friedman, okay, she's head of policy, would represent the foundation as a board member to strengthen Ripple's initiative to participate in ongoing work to engage with central banks worldwide on technical and policy issues related to central bank digital currencies. So again, more information to support Ripple's involvement in central bank digital currencies. Susan Friedman is the head of policy there. And then we have also James Wallace, who is the vice president of central bank engagement and CBDCs specifically. So the other day we heard Brooks Entwistle also talk about central bank digital currencies, the XRP ledger, how more development is happening in Asia specifically. And if you guys didn't catch that video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. It's interesting too, because Matthew Liny also noticed this, okay, an interesting tie-up here with BNY Mellon and Fiserv, two Ripple partners, okay? They just decided to expand their real-time FX rate quotes for payments from U.S. financial institutions. Now, Matt is speculating a little bit here. This could be Ripple X Current API integration and both are Ripple partners. So just to give you guys some background information here, BNY Mellon Digital Assets Unit, a team dedicated to building the first multi-set custody and administration platform for traditional and digital assets, including cryptocurrencies. This was back from early 2021. Note this over here, Ripple Proof of Concept with BNY Mellon from 2016. They did conduct a proof of concept, Ripple Connect software, payment communications, and quoting process, Ripple Ledger Network, transaction settlement, ledger based on the blockchain tech, modeling a cross-border payment, low-value payment use case. Now, again, this was in the early days. This was in the days, if you guys remember, when Matthew Mellon, was holding 500,000 XRP and then died mysteriously in 2018. So BNY Mellon obviously had a vested interest in this. We don't really know their up-to-date position on the XRPL, but we have also not heard any information where they are ruling it out. So, they talk about the potential benefits, so on and so forth. I will link this in the description of the video if you want to look into this old but gem of a tweet thread by Bank XRP, again from February of 2021. Also, Ripple did talk about BNY and how they were reinventing payments in one of their Ripple blogs. Also wanted to mention the connection with Fiserv. So when doing a cursory Google search, I did find this, that Corey Johnson at the time, Ripple's chief market strategist, he was on a panel discussing blockchain payments and instant transfers with Fiserv and Zelle. With some other representatives from these other companies, which did include Fiserv. But when I looked deeper, guys, I found this, okay? This from xrpchat.com, okay? And T. Holbetic posted this. Another one, Ripple has the planet, the tie-up here. Proof, Dovetail has been using Ripple for years. And so he posted this article here where Fiserv, a leading global provider for financial services technology solutions, today announced that it had acquired Dovetail Group Limited, a leading provider of bank payments and liquidity management solutions. This acquisition further enables Fiserv to help financial institutions around the world transform their payment infrastructure to meet the evolving needs of wholesale, commercial, and retail customers. So again, old news, an old partnership from back in August of 2017. But it does state that Fiserv did connect, or rather did acquire, Dovetail back in 2017. T. Holbetic also points out that Dovetail has been using Ripple for years, and some more supporting proof just to emphasize that. And guys, I will link this in the description of the video if you want to look into it further. Miss Tati 2000 here on XRP chat. Good find. I think Fiserv does not want to have all its eggs in one basket, such that it can offer the likes of Swift GPI to more conservative institutions while having a Ripple offering for the more adventurous and forward-thinking ones. Now, this was a post from 2017. Maybe that has changed. Of course, a lot of these companies, a lot of these banking and financial institution organizations, they're still fairly conservative, not jumping on DLT all at once. But again, this is 5.5, almost 6 years on now. So I think we're seeing this change. And now with this latest development from Matthew L.A.N.Y., BNY Mellon and Fiserv, one of the leading global providers of payments and financial service technology, have joined forces to deliver additional capabilities for real-time foreign exchanges. Real-time foreign exchanges sounds like something that would be produced on the XRP ledger. Using innovative application programming interface or API connectivity, financial institutions leveraging payment exchanges can now do this, guys, in real time in over 120 currencies. Wow, that's a lot. Without any additional integration. This new offering allows U.S. financial institutions to execute currency conversions for cross-border payments with upfront rate visibility. One of the main challenges for U.S. financial institutions looking to access real-time FX rate quotes for payments is that the costs associated with integrating to a banking partner can be prohibitive. This coming from Isabel Schmidt, Global Head of Payments at BNY Mellon. We are addressing this head-on through new integration, which enables institutions to provide clients with a streamlined real FX rate quote to facilitate cross-border payments. They're hinting at it, guys. DLT technology, real-time FX quotes, 2 established Ripple partners. Are they using the XRPL? I really wish they had just said it in this article to prevent us from the speculation, but all signs are pointing to a high probability. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.